So hello guys, welcome back with another video of Salesforce Geek channel, and in this video we are going to cover a record triggered flow scenario. So basically this scenario is provided by one of the subscriber or LinkedIn. So if you have any kind of scenario regarding Salesforce flows, so you can simply DM me or you can reach out to me over my email. All the information to contact with me are given below in the description box. You can check it out. So let's get started with the today's scenario. So the scenario which I'm going to talk about is, let's say there is a lead, and when we change the lead from some stage to the working contacted, right? So we need to add that lead into a specific campaign which is already in our Salesforce org. So basically what we need to do is create a campaign member record whenever a lead changed the stage to working contacted. So without any delay, let's get started with the new flow. So first of all, we need to create a new flow. Click on record triggered flow, click create, and our object is lead. Simply we need to select a record is updated, and in the condition we need to provide status equals working contacted. And now there are two options: either you can add one more condition, or either you can select only when a record is updated to meet the condition requirement. If I provide one more condition, which is status is changed boolean true, that means the field status is getting changed on my record, so it will only run when the stage is changed, right? But here you can see when I select is changed in the entry criteria, you can see the second condition automatically disabled, because the condition we add over there is changed automatically fulfill the second condition, which is only when a record is updated to meet the condition requirements. I am also going to explain the difference between these two conditions. So for now, just let it go, and here I am with the second condition, which is status is changed boolean true. And I will also let you know that if I remove the second condition, then how I need to configure my flow to further use, right? Again, as we need to create a related record with lead and campaign, so we need to select action and related record in our flow and simply click done. As I already told you that what I need to do is I need to create a campaign member over a particular campaign. So I need to get that campaign from my Salesforce org. So for that, what I need to use is get record element to get the campaign ID. So I need to use get record element. Click on it, let's say campaign, and simply in the object you need to select campaign and select name equals, let's say Ohana. So I have a campaign with the name Ohana, and I am going to add one more condition, which is active. Make sure we have the active campaign true. So these are the two conditions I add for the campaign, and simply I need only the single record, so that's why only the first record is selected. And you can select automatically store all fields, or if you want to choose any particular field which is ID, so you can choose it. I am going to select done, and now what I am going to use is create record element. I am not going to create a fully optimized flow right now, because I want to teach you something that how you should progress or how you need to think to build your flow, right? My motive of this video is to provide you the way of thinking how to create flows, right? So what you need to use is create record element. So simply use create campaign member, and then we need to simply create one single record. So select this, and now we have some specific values. So we are going to use separate resources and literal values, and here you need to provide your object, which is campaign member. You can see now in the field section I have 4 fields over there, which is campaign ID, contact ID, lead ID, and status. As you already know, you can create lead and contact as the campaign member, so that's why you can see contact ID also. But right now we are only working for the lead, so we need to select lead over there. So first of all, we need to provide campaign ID So here you can see campaign ID, and the value which I am going to provide is with the help of get record element, which is campaign and dot ID. So simply you can see campaign ID is moving towards campaign ID field. So we are going to map them, and now we need to provide more fields, which is lead ID. And as I already told you many times in my earlier videos, that whenever a record is triggering a flow, that record is going to store in the global record variable, right? So we need to use global record variable, which is of lead dot ID. So lead ID is going to match like this. Now we need to map one more thing, which is a status, and I am going to use as sent, right? So now you can see that's how we are going to use our new create record for creation of campaign member, and we need to simply click on done and simply save your flow, and let's say provide create campaign member. You can provide the description when status of lead change to working contacted. Add that lead to campaign member. So you add that lead to campaign, which is Ohana in our case, right? Click save, and simply activate your flow. Now I am in a developer org, so make sure when you are trying to test your flow, you are in your sandbox and not in your production, which is very pretty much common. Everyone knows that. So let me go back to my app launcher, and let me click on leads. And now here what I am going to teach, now here what I am going to let you know that I have a campaign with the name of Ohana, as you can see. And now what I am going to do is check a lead with status different than working contacted. So as you can see, I use Mr. Jeff Glimpse as my lead, and the status of Jeff is new, not contacted. So now I am going to change the status of Jeff Glimpse from new not contacted to working contacted, and as you can see, campaign history is 0 because we did not add this lead into any campaign right now. But now I am going to change the status to working contacted, and as you can see, I am going to click on mark as current status, and here we go. As you can see, campaign history, Ohana is there. Let me click on Ohana, and you can see we have one campaign member, which is Jeff Glimpse in our campaign. Now our flow is working fine, but there is a one more approach which you need to think, like what if someone changed the status of Jeff Glimpse from working contacted to, let's say, new not contacted, or some other which is nurturing contacted. Let's say mark as current status, and let's say if someone again going to change the stage as working contacted, and again mark as current status. So here you can see this time we get an error that this campaign member is already in the campaign, and when we try to rechange the value of our status as working contacted, our stage or our flow triggers and again try to create a campaign member record, but the campaign member record is already created for this lead. That's why we are getting an error. So what we need to do is optimize our flow according to the scenario. So let's go back to the flow. So now what we need to think is like how we can stop to create campaign member whenever the campaign member is already existent in the campaign. So for that, what you need to do is get the campaign member from the campaign or the current lead and check like whether this get record element contains some value or not, and then separate the flow into two parts. Let me tell you how to do this. So first of all, what we need to do is use a get record element over there. Let's say get campaign member, or you can say campaign member only for more clarity, and in object you need to select campaign member. Now in the condition you need to provide two conditions, right? First is what is the campaign ID in which the member we are looking for, and the second is lead ID. What is the lead ID, right? So in campaign ID we are going to provide our campaign from get record element, and in the second condition we are going to provide as you can see lead ID, which comes from record.id. So by this, if the member already existed in the campaign, is automatically came into this new get record element, and from this we can check whether our get record element is empty or have some value. If the get record element have some value, then we need to, let's say, notify any user, or we don't need to do anything. It depends, right? So we need to select only the first record and automatically store all fields. Let's click done. And now we need to use decision element. So select decision element, check for campaign member, and let's say exist, and in the default outcome let's change the default outcome name to not exist. So if not exist, we need to create a campaign member. If exist, we don't need to do anything, or you can notify the user that okay, your lead is already in the campaign, so our flow works gracefully, right? So let's click done. Okay, we need to provide condition over there. So let's say campaign member, you need to simply remove the dot, and in the operator you need to select is null boolean false. That means it will check whether the get record element have some value, and if it has some value, so we are checking simply is null boolean false. That means it has some value, and in the default outcome it will automatically not exist. So simply click done. Now you can see our flow divided into two parts. Now if the campaign member not exists, then we need to create a campaign member. So we are not going to create again, we are going to simply use the tools of our flow builder. So simply click on the create record element, click on copy, and go to the plus button and paste your copied element, and simply delete this one. Delete this element, and now here you can see we are checking for campaign member. If the member exists, then we are doing nothing, and if the campaign member not exists, then we are creating a campaign member record. Click. So simply save your flow as a new version and click activate. Now move to Jeff Glimpse. As you can see, Jeff Glimpse is already in your another campaign history, or you can say in Ohana campaign. So what I'm going to do, change the status from nurturing contacted. Let's say select mark as complete status. So now you can see that Jeff already has different stage. Now if someone going to change the stage from closed not converted to working contacted, and you know whenever the status changed from to working contacted, we are going to create a new campaign member. But now we modified, or you can say optimize our flow so that our flow works gracefully. So right now you can, if you click on mark as current status, you can see we did not get any error. So that's how, or what I mean about your flow should work gracefully, right? So that's how you can optimize your flow, or that's how the building blocks. If you want to notify your user like the record existed, you can use custom notification, or you can send an email to the lead owner that this user or the lead you are going to let's say add in the campaign is already there, right? So you can use a custom notification, send an email. All the videos you can see on the I button, you can check them out. I already created those videos, how to send custom notification and how to send an email with the with the help of Salesforce record triggered flow, right? Now the first thing which I need to tell you is difference between these two conditions, as lot of people having confusion between these two conditions every time a record is updated and meets the condition requirements, and second is only when a record is updated to meet the condition requirement. As now you can see, I use first condition, but I need to add second condition, which is status is changed boolean true, right? But now I am going to let you know the difference. What is the difference? Let's say if I remove the second condition over there and click on done and simply save our flow as save, and let's activate our flow. And if I go back to any other lead, let's say which is let's say Kathy Snyder, you can see the status is already working contacted, right? We did not change the status field. And let's say if I am going to change any other field over there, let's say fax, something like this, it is a random, just ignore that value and click save. You can see this lead is automatically added to the campaign history. Even I changed something different field over there, right? So for that, the difference which I am going to let you know, just use the second option over there. Let's go to the flow, click on the record start element, click edit, and let's use the second option over there. Click done, save as, save, and let's activate our flow. And I go again going to any other lead which has a working contacted status, let's say Mike Brown. So right now Mike Brown is also having the status working contacted. Now I am going to change any field over Mike Brown, let's say mobile, click save. You can see Mike Brown does not add into the Ohana campaign, right? So that's the difference which I let you know practically. So it's kind of, it's not that hard, but I don't know why people having confusion between these two conditions, but now you have the practical example in front of you, so you can just clear that out. But again, let's say if I use is changed condition over there, so is changed condition automatically covers the second one, which is only when a record is updated to meet the condition requirement, because we are only going to create a campaign member whenever a status is changed, right? So that's how it covers the second condition automatically. So I hope this video adds some value to your flows learning journey, and if you like the content, please hit the subscribe button and like this video, and I will see you in another video. Thank you so much.